Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing amazing today on Sunday. Hope you enjoyed your weekend whenever you're receiving this. There's a specific message. It might be for just one person. As always, if it don't apply, let it fly. These messages are timeless and they will be received hopefully in divine timing for those who need to hear them. That being said, let's get into it. Uh, Today's message is from Spirit. Again, I don't know who it's for, but they're asking you to trust your gut. They're asking you not to be afraid to be yourself. Okay. I'm feeling that some of you right now are facing a situation where you're surrounded by individuals who want you to go against your internal compass. They want you to deny what you're feeling inside. They want to get you to do things that you're not comfortable with. Okay. What Spirit wants you to know is that you have autonomy, you have agency. Okay. You are a sovereign being. It's not important to be part of the crowd. It's important to do what you know is best to do, regardless of whether people are going to like it or not. Okay? That's part of being a sovereign being. It's okay to be yourself. You don't need to follow the group in order to be liked. And those who want you to engage in activities that are not something that you might be interested in or that go against your own moral compass is your intuition speaking to you, telling you that this path is taking you down the wrong road. Unfortunately, many people don't realize that, certain friends, family members, coworkers, whoever they might be, want us to engage in activities that we're not comfortable with. And when that little voice tells us not to do something and we do it, we are just as responsible for participating. There's no such thing as the excuse that many people use that the devil made you do it. When you're a grown person and you engage in activities that you know aren't correct, even if you're not, fully engaged and you're just sitting in the sidelines witnessing it and saying nothing, or surrounding yourself by these individuals who do things to others, you are just as guilty, unfortunately, especially when you say nothing. Okay. Unfortunately, there's many of you who found yourself in situations among people who have a certain type of status or clout or connections, and they're making you feel fearful, fearful to open your mouth about injustices that are wrong, injustices that you see. Okay. Again, there's no excuse. Okay. Nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to do. You might have made a mistake in the past and joined a crowd of people who don't have your best interest at heart, and it's okay. There's no judgment here. Things happen. Shit happens in this world. Okay. What's important to know is that you have the ability and the strength to get out of it yourself. I'm getting a feeling, receiving a message right now that some of you, unfortunately, are in deeper situations. Okay. I don't know who this is for, where you're engaging in activities such as cyberbullying or stalking, individuals online, individuals that one person or a group of people have encouraged you to act out against, to attack, to stalk, to cyberbully in some way. Again, I don't know who this message is for, but it's important that it gets out. You need to understand that, okay, whatever you did in the past is fine, okay? Well, let me take that back. It's not that it's fine, but you can mitigate some of the karma that you're going to receive, okay, if you decide to get out of it now. And that means you're going to have to be strong and move yourself out of the situation that you're in. Move yourself away from the group of individuals who are causing you to engage in activities that you wouldn't normally engage in on your own, okay? Now, for those of you who are not directly involved, you might know of a situation or people who are involved in this situation. And again, this is Source asking you for assistance to try to communicate to those people, okay, to help them get out of the situation they're in, help them to move forward, show them a different way, show them how to be, okay? Again, like I said, I don't know who this is for, but this message is coming through very strongly, okay? There are individuals out there, like I said, who have enticed groups of people. A lot of individuals are being led by what people perceive to be some type of a religious organization of some kind. I don't know if this is under the guise of Christianity, spirituality, Judaism, Buddhism. It doesn't matter. It's just some group that poses itself as being holy, and it's not. It's a facade, okay? And they have indoctrinated people, the people of followers, a certain group of individuals, to do their dirty work for them, okay? You have to remember, those who claim to be of God or of a higher frequency, okay, of any kind, regardless of who that might be, those that claim that and they behave in the opposite of the way that higher individuals would behave, this is your indication that these are not individuals that have your best interest at heart. Okay. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that going on right now. Okay. A lot of people might not be aware there's a spiritual war going on out there right now. Just take a look at what's happening in the world. Okay. People are engaging and supporting people who are not the best quality of people. Again, not judgment. And maybe I should take that back and say lower vibrational individuals. Okay. These individuals are doing things, and many people are turning a blind eye to it. Okay. It's very similar to the situation that some of you are in. It's happening on a larger scale, okay, politically, uh, throughout the entire planet. Okay, it's not just one country; it's involved in several countries where those who have clout and higher standing, or they pose themselves to be some type of religious people in some way or another, are actually deceiving people. Okay, and yet people are turning a blind eye. They're excusing their own bigotry and prejudice against others who they disagree with, using religion as a guise. Okay, feeling superior the is not what source is about. Okay, it's not what the Most High is about. It's not what higher vibrational entities are about. There's no such thing as superiority. We are all equal. And when one group poses as being superior over the other, it is causing damage to society. Okay? And that's what we need to look at. The damage that this is creating in society. We have a group of individuals out there, unfortunately, whether they are working in politics, whether they're just everyday people, whether they're people who are very highly connected in some way or another financially, they're financially stable, they're above everyone else, are unfortunately taking everyone down the toilet by forcing people to choose sides. This is not about choosing sides, okay? It's about waking up and following your own inner compass. When you support individuals who are harming other people in the name of religion of any kind, you are not supporting the Most High, okay? And many of you who I'm speaking to know who you are, okay? Or you might know individuals who do this. And it's all our job to speak out even when it's uncomfortable, like a situation like this. This is not comfortable for me to have to relay this message, but it's something important that needs to be heard. And hopefully, those who need to hear it will hear it, okay? Like I said, there are many individuals out there currently involved in situations and clannish like situations where they are following a group leader or, a group leaders, I should say, okay, one or more, who are getting you to do their evil bidding, okay? I personally know people in a situation like that. Okay, so some of you who are my cross watchers out there, this message might be mostly for you. Okay, especially those who are involved with the cult of Java and company. Okay, you know who you are. Okay, again, your karma is not going to go away, unfortunately. Okay, but you can mitigate some of it by actually starting to do the right thing, speaking out against what's incorrect, exposing the lies and the hypocrisy. Now, you might have been fooled by your group leaders, and I can understand that. There are many narcissistic, sociopathic individuals out there that are very convincing, and they will convince you to do things, okay? But you have to understand that those people who are going to convince you to do things, when the shit hits the fan, they're going to let it fall on you all by yourself. They're going to pretend that they never told you to do anything for them. They're going to make like they never knew you, okay? But unfortunately, they're going to be caught alongside with you. And the whole thing is you have a choice of either going down the toilet with them or you can choose to stand up and do the right thing. Stand on your own 2 feet, take your sovereignty back, take your self respect back, okay? Try to mitigate some of that negativity that you have placed out there, okay? And again, this goes for a lot of the cross watchers, whether it be for this channel or other spiritual channels who have been engaging in cyberbullying, who have been engaging in attacking others, trying to discredit them, slandering them. Those are all things that are against the law, and they all do eventually come out. That's the thing. And especially when you're working against spiritual channels, okay, people who have been asked to put themselves out there and speak truth, okay? A lot of people don't like to hear truth, and unfortunately, not everybody's going to like this message, but it is what it is. The bottom line is You can either take control of your situation and stand up, take your lumps for whatever it is, and move on. And like I said, if you need to go to the authorities because you're feeling afraid, I always suggest that you don't go to local authorities because a lot of them, unfortunately, are connected with these individuals. It's part of their clout. Okay. Always seek out the ACLU and ask them for assistance in this matter. Okay. I would do it more on a state or federal level because at this point, anything local, I wouldn't advise for you to trust. Okay. A lot of these individuals who engage in cyberbullying, especially with channels like this one, are more deeply connected than they would like you to think. And like I said, many of them have the thought process that if they're not doing the activity themselves and they're getting to someone else to do it, that they're not going to be blamed, that no karma is going to come upon them. You also have others that mistake sitting in the sidelines who think and say, well, I'm not participating in it, but I know what's going on. Okay, you too will have karma fall upon you. Okay, if you don't speak up, if you continue to engage with these people. And you have to ask yourself, why is it you want to engage with these people to begin with? Why would you want to engage in individuals who want to promote harm? Okay, that's what you need to ask yourself. As painful as that question might be, okay, it's hard for us to look within ourselves, look within our shadow, and see where we're going wrong. But none of us is perfect, and that includes me. But we can all change our direction. We don't have to stay in a dark space. We can move forward. We could do things on the right foot. We could do things that help support the universe, help raise the planetary universal vibration. Or we could choose to stagnate. We could choose to be part of the problem as opposed to being part of the solution. Okay, and part of that is standing on your own 2 feet, even when it's not popular. Being able to stand up for what's right, even when it's not popular. Having the guts to speak out against injustice when it's not popular, without fear. Because we have to remember, when you speak truth, nothing can harm you. Nothing. When you speak truth and you speak it in the name of the Most High, nothing can harm you. And that includes the individuals, especially the cross watchers out here, that are attacking channels like this. Okay? You have a chance to get out. Okay? And you can. And it's not going to be easy. But you got to start somewhere if you want things to be better for yourself. If not, things are going to get worse, unfortunately. Many of you have been warned. Many of you thought it was a joke. But the reality is what it is. And whether you choose to believe in spirituality or not, karma still exists, whether you think it does or not. Doesn't matter. Nobody escapes it. So whatever you do gets recorded, gets watched, and at some point, all the negative energy that you put out, whether on your own or because someone asked you to do it, is going to return to you. And in many cases, unfortunately, it doesn't always return to the individual, it returns to your loved ones. Okay? It's sadly how it works sometimes. So you always want to make sure you put out positive energy. So if you've been consistently putting out negative energy, okay, in the name, under the guise of any type of religion or wanting to assist a person who's doing something that goes against what your intuition is telling you not to, this is a way you can mitigate some of it. It doesn't mean you're going to get a clean slate, but you can prevent yourself from gaining any more negative karma returning to you. You can start taking the right steps forward to help get yourself out of the hole that you might find yourself in currently. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. I want to wish everyone a good night. I wish this message could have been a little more pleasant, but I have to give the messages as they come through, as I channel them. So hopefully this reaches the people it's intended for, and it helps those who need it. And I give all of you, strength who might find yourself in a situation that's a little bit unsavory that you could have gotten into accidentally. But this is your way out. You have a way to start. You have a way to go. Okay? But it's your choice to take the first step. I'm not here to force anyone to do anything. This is just a message for those who are willing to hear the truth. Okay? That being said, I want to wish everyone a great night, a great morning whenever you receive this, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for stopping by.